In today's video, we'll showcase the behind the scenes of the movie White Bird, a movie directed by Marc Forster and starring Ariella Glaser, Orlando Schwerdt, Bryce Gheisar, with Gillian Anderson and Helen Mirren. White Bird is scheduled for release on October 4th, 2024. Make sure to watch till the end for behind-the-scenes interviews with the cast and crew of the movie.
88 Abnormal Activities A, take one.
And gonna sit for focus. Ready and action.
Hey, can we do this? Two of them together. Like. Nice.
Oh, it smells so nice.
I know, I want to stay here.
Like, okay.
I was anxious to leave for Switzerland, of course. But I knew I would miss those evenings with Julian. It was as if we created our own little world.
Last day, last scene for Gillian. Thank you so much.
This is the album cover. Got it. I think we're good. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. We're not. Sorry, Ariella. Too soon.
It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, somebody go again.
That was so cool.
Happy birthday, my sweet.
Is it really chocolate?
Vivian has been saving ration cards for months.
Make a wish, Plum.
Do you know the name of the village that I grew up in France?
Aberdeen, something.
𝗗𝗟𝗏𝗧. So it would be 𝗗𝗟𝗏𝗧. It's in the Margeride Mountains in France.
Do you think that was good, David? That worked for you?
We were so close.
Madam.
You what?
My crap.
Group hard, group hard, group hard, group hard. Ladies and gents, that's a wrap on Whitebird. Congratulations.
Well, you know, I was born after the end of the Second World War, but I grew up in post-war Britain. And so the stories and the reality of what happened during the Second World War was very much a part of my youthful education, if you like. And I've always felt very strongly it was such an unbelievably traumatic event for the world, for Europe in particular, but all over the world, obviously for many nations, lost millions and millions of people. The Holocaust was one of the most monstrous occurrences in human history. I felt it. I still feel it's so important that we don't forget about it, and that the young are not taught about it, but should be aware of it and aware of the kind of sacrifices that people made, the kind of tragedy that people confronted, the kind of cruelty, the kind where when you perpetuate racism of any kind, the end of that road is what happened in the Second World War. So I just feel very strongly that we have to keep it alive in our mind. Julian plays my grandson, and he's a young teenager, and as many young teenagers do, he's going through a difficult time when he can't quite find his place in the world, and he's lashing out as a reaction to that. You know, 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗧, who has his grandmother, who has had this extraordinary history in her life of what happened to her when she was his age, is trying to make him understand that the world is, of course, is a complicated place with darkness, but as Martin Luther King says, you have to find the light within yourself. Darkness will never drive out darkness. So, you know, that is the lesson that she is trying to teach him, simply through telling him her life story. I mean, you know, Julia obviously has a lesson to learn. Hopefully, in the audience, there'll be a lot of other kids thinking about their own behavior, their own actions, their own, you know, cruelty, maybe, that they have participated in, and realize how, you know, how terribly, terribly wrong it is, and how the end of that journey can, you know, it can be so devastating, so extreme. So I do hope that this is a lesson that people will learn, and also the lesson of great courage, you know, the great courage of the families who hid people. I was reading fairly recently, it was just after I'd sort of committed to doing this film, and I happened to read an article about a whole village, a French village. The whole village had hidden people. Every single person in that village had hidden people, whether they were escaping, you know, pilots or airmen who'd fallen into France, or Jewish people, but the whole village were involved in hiding people, and the incredible courage that needed, because they would have been executed, every one of them, if this had been found out. You know, that's a courage that it's very hard to comprehend nowadays, isn't it, as we get further and further away from it. So yes, to learn about courage, and and to learn about kindness. Well, I play the, she's called grand-mère, grandmother. I think it's the first time in my life I've ever played a grandmother. So all good things to come to people who wait, you know. But she's a wonderful person who's become a very successful artist. She, of course, is the younger Sarah, is the protagonist of the movie. The movie is about her, but we see her as well as seeing her as a young person. We see her now towards the end of her life. Again, that's something that we all, especially when we're young, and we all do it, you know, we kind of forget that older people have been young once and have had experiences in a different way at a different time, but similar experiences to the ones that we are having as young people. You know, it's in the nature of youth to say, it's my turn now. Now I take the world. You know, you're letting go of the world. I'm taking hold of the world, and that's a very natural thing to do. But it's good to be reminded that older people do have a history, were young once, and sometimes went through exactly what you're going through, sometimes went through something completely different. Obviously, for any performance, the look is very, very important, to find the right look. So we were lucky. I think we got the look very quickly, and that was very important. Sometimes you can't quite find it, and even when you start shooting, you haven't really found it. But with this one, we found it very quickly, and Marc is very sensitive, very observant, and I feel, if he says, yes, that's right, I feel he, you know, he knows what he's talking about, and if he said, I think we need to work on this or that, so I get the sense that he would be right about that. So it's great to be in the hands of someone that you respect on that level, that you absolutely can, you know, take their guidance.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.